Welcome to Fastang 444. I really need your help. I'm trying to grow my channel, so please subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. This was one of the earlier games in the day that I was playing, and I am starting in the greenhouse area, which is where I tend to begin. You go through a rotation of different starting points, and I'm angled southeast. I may hear drop behind me when the game starts. See one to my left or between the tiles, and neither of those three things happen, but I will move to the road. Sometimes drops will spawn after that point at the beginning of the game, and worst case scenario, I go on a car drop search, start driving around. There's tends to be quite a few drops potentially in this area, and I am not seeing, as advertised, all those drops. And I open up the map. I see I'm not very far outside of where the next arena will be. So I thought I might have seen a drop over here, but it might have been the sunlight glistening in the haze of the clouds or the stars on the arena wall that kind of look like a drop sometimes above the trees, and I am not seeing a drop, so it was one of those. So I'm heading over towards Ekbalam. I need to go a little over to the left so I can peek over to the bridge that is over there. Sometimes there are drops over there, but I'm not seeing a single drop so far, which is odd, but I am optimistic as long as I am not caught being a wrong way driver going away from a head-to-head going into Ekbalam, I believe this is. I see a drop over on the left there, so let's go through this portion of the pyramid ruins. And great, an Audi RS6. This is actually a great start, even though it's a level 2. This is more of a level, I don't know, 5 or 6 speed vehicle. I've beaten level 7, 8, 9, 10 with this, and that's 10 to what I try to do once I get into this. I won't engage in head-to-heads with lower level vehicles because I don't want what they are in, and I don't want to level up and get out of this. I would only engage in a head-to-head with a 5 or higher level vehicle. So here's a drop here. This is a level 2 Peugeot. No thank you. So it's time to start making my way over towards the next arena here. I don't want to get caught out of the next arena and have time off of my timeout bar. If I make it to the final showdown where I am handicapped, not being able to time my exit. Around Horizon Wilds there on the left. I didn't see any drops, but let's get through these trees over here. Sometimes there's a drop there on the right. Sometimes there's a drop on this road ahead that leads to Atlantis to Tula here. And the arena wall is coming, so I need to go. Let's see along the way if I can find a higher level drop. Here, level 2 Peugeot. Alright, I think I'm timing this well. I see a vehicle on the mini-map in front of me, but most likely they are not in a higher level vehicle is what I'm thinking. So they're in a level 2, I'm not going to bother engaging in a head-to-head with them. I'll just take a peek at these drops here. Level 3 Volvo, that's actually a quick level 3. If they were wise, they would take that. It's also a level 3. So looking, so intently looking at that drop, I ran right into that tractor. Okay, I think they might have taken that level 3 Focus. That's a bad decision on their part. Unless they're going back and then taking a level 3. Not my problem. Here's a level 5 Maserati Levante. Even though the Audi RS6 has a higher top speed, I could potentially use this to start now leveling up and engage in head-to-head. So let's go back over towards that vehicle that took the level 3, see if they're still over here. With caution, so I am not heading away from the direction of a head-to-head, so I want to be on the east side of them. It might be them there on the left. I'm running into a tree, watching the mini map again, now watching where I am driving. Alright, it looks like they are running. Right here. Crossed the highway. Let's go down and get them. Okay, that's a level 2 Peugeot. To my surprise, I thought that would be a level 3. So I shouldn't have a problem beating them. The head-to-head leads west on the highway. It looks like it's just north of the highway over this direction. And they're staying off-road. There's no way they're going to catch me. And my opponent quit, and I'm okay with that. They waited until I was very close to the finish before they quit. They didn't quit at the beginning. Oops, sorry about that. Bronco, I didn't need to interfere. Fortunately, I was only on their side. See a vehicle over here that appears to be on a car drop surge that looks like a level 5 Bronco. So let's get into a head-to-head with them. I know the head-to-head is going to head towards Mule Lake based off of that pattern of that head-to-head. The Bronco that I bumped into was on. It does go into Mule Lake. So let's go between these hills over here into the city of Mule Lake. As I am leveling up, I am going to go over towards this bridge over here, and I know it will be Final Arena 13 based off of past experiences, seeing head-to-heads that lead in the patterns of those 2 head-to-heads I was in. So I thought I'd glance at that drop, and I'm hoping by pausing here I can catch someone that just completed a head-to-head and go between the hills and eliminate them and take their vehicle if it's higher or level up. Looks like they started going between the hills there. I think that might be a level 10 Lamborghini Centenario. Let's see if I can chase them down and risk engaging in a head-to-head and possibly take their level 10. Let's do this. It's getting later in the game. I'm going to take a bit of a risk, I know, but sometimes without risk there is no reward. But I need to be certain that my positioning when I engage in a head-to-head is a calculated risk as well. Here it was a Lamborghini Centenario before I could see it, so I was hoping I could get them to go away from the direction of a head-to-head. They stopped right there and waited for me, so here we go. Let's do this. Here's the risk reward. And the hill that is straight ahead is actually a danger sign in free roam, and if I get this angle just right, I will land in line of a gap. There's a dirt road. If I land on that dirt road, it leads right to the gap. Oh, I'm too far to the left. And I started to turn to the right, and I drove right into this building. And fortunately, they are outside of the city. They have to drive around the building. So where this gap is between these buildings, I will get over here and I will slow this down. Watch this. This was so close. I did not know whether I won or lost this. They continued to ram me. I thought they were celebrating. That was out of anger. I took it. No way. I was shocked when I wound up winning that. So let's take this Lamborghini Centenario and use it in the final showdown. It's roughly 30 seconds until the final showdown. I'll open up the map and pause this and put the overlay showing Final Arena 13. So this will be a good vehicle in the final showdown, depending on what other level 10s are in this final showdown. And it may come down to me just timing my exit well and getting the lead. So slowly make my way over and get in position now for the final showdown. I know there isn't enough time to complete a head-to-head, so I am going to go over near this vehicle and try and challenge them. It looks like a Funko, and they start running, so if anything, this will just put them out of position for the final showdown. So that worked. Now I will head back over to where I like to leave and look at the mini-map. You see that vehicle outside of the arena wall? They were just eliminated. Wow. So right here is where I like to leave for the final showdown. You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from. This is Arena 13. The range of time to leave is 21 to 24 seconds. I will leave it 23 seconds. I'll pause this at 2 intervals here. Here's the Funko that is just parked there. They're not trying to time their exit. Here's a level 6 Porsche 959. Kind of just parked there as well. I time my exit perfectly with speed at 3 seconds. Timeout bar, 1/2 of a second remaining. This could not have gone any better. Taking this Lamborghini Centenario just before the final showdown. The only one timing their exit with speed. Eastbound on the highway. It appears as though the finish is just north of the highway. I open up the map and confirm that is just northwest of Horizon Street Scene. So after I get under this bridge that is ahead, I am looking for the ramp to come into view on the mini-map. I can see the ramp now. Turn over and slow down enough where I do not overshoot this finish. What a great win in this Lamborghini I stole. Yes.
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video along with all of my videos. And if you've been enjoying my content, subscribe. Please help me get to 1,000 subscribers.